Okay, morning YouTube. Saturday morning, back from work. Had to do a service call this morning, fix a heater. So everybody's warm and toasty in an empty warehouse. I guess that's important. But we're getting a late start today. I think we're going on 10:30 now. But we're back on the cuda as usual. What else would I be doing? We left you off with that floor pan last week. Got the front end up on my casters. The project for today is to get this axle out and then mount the back end on casters as well. So without any further ado, we got to start tossing metal here, get this out of the way. We need to make some room. You push all the pile to the back, and then you got to work on the back. You got to move piles around when you got a small garage. See ya. Seems like every time I try to make a video, I get interrupted. So here's where we're at with the rear axle. I am winning. I'm not going to let this piece of rust beat me here. I've got one bolt here that I'm about to take off. 4 bolts there that basically hold the front of the shackle on. And then you've got your standard shackle mount at the back. But going through the frame, it's so stuck it ain't coming off. And I'm not going to start eating up bushings and stuff in a frame member that I'm throwing in the garbage anyways. I only need it for measurement reasons right now. So I've elected to take the springs off separate from the axle. Let's see how that goes. A couple smacks here. We should be all loose. There we go. That's what we call action shots. Doing it all one-handed. Nobody's gonna get hurt, I promise. Where'd we go? Here are we here. Okay. Lower shock mount off. We have a fuel line holding shit together. Pardon my French. Stuff together. There you go. Ah, see? That's what happens when you do things one-handed. I had that on a jack stand over there, but anyways, axle's out, boys. Okay, it's gone. And what I'm left with is a car vicariously on jack stands. What my plan here was, I drilled out these plates that match up to that section of the leaf spring mount, so that these, I dare to pick this up, it's probably going to be hot. What I did was weld it to a nice sturdy angle iron, and basically this goes up in there, bolts to the frame where the leaf spring mounts, which then gives me a place to mount my caster wheels. So it'll end up being the same as what I have in the front here. Basically, I got the old 110 MIG welder maxed out, and I think it's going to be plenty strong enough. Hey, how about you want to watch? Let's see how I do. A little welding. This is going to be hot because I got no glove on. Action shots. Gotta love them. Anyways, I think that'll hold. Okay. Welded in, braced, cross braced, kind of like a ladder bar setup. I don't know, never done one. But yeah. So the reason for the stiffness of what I did there was set it up so my jack will go under the center. It worked right in the front, so I can actually jack it up by these legs. For now, that's where we're going to leave it. I do need to weld that in there, like a cross brace there. But I think I'm going to drop it down onto these wheels to see how it works. Come along for the ride. Hopefully nobody will get hurt. So we don't need that block of wood in there. Look at that. Block of wood is gone. Sorry. Now, theory has it that this should lift the whole car now. Oh ho ho, theory's a wonderful thing. Okay, let me pause you for a second. Let me get these jack stands out of here and I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. Coming down. So if for some reason something doesn't hold, it will break. And probably crush me. Anyways, I got confidence in my welds. There you go. Now it's a moving, rolling chassis. I think my level's off though. Yeah, I'm off a bit. I'm gonna have to start that. Oh, maybe it's because my wheels aren't straight. Anyways, there you go, guys. She's on wheels again. Yeah, see, now I should be able to roll this sucker. My front ones are locked up. Of course, when you've got extension cords and everything kicking around, it's not going to roll very well, but yeah, see, that's the point. Now, I can move this thing again. Just me and myself. See? Everything moves now. Nothing falls on the ground. Ugh. But the casters have to be cooperating. But anyways, that's the gist of it. Alright, see you later. Well, not a lot going on this weekend. We have got her up on all fours. We got the axle out of her. And we got her spun around in the shop because this side needs the attention now. But turning my attention to the back of the car now, we're done up to here. And this is where it picks up from there to there, over the back, and then the trunk floor. So it's kind of like a big mechanical set, no big deal. She all goes together nice, panels fit good, everything's the right size, shape, and color. But I'll tell you, it's a lot easier looking at it like that than it is in there. Panels going together have been very nice, actually. I can't complain. I know everyone says aftermarket patch panels aren't perfect, but I mean, when you're dealing with a car that was never perfect to begin with, they match up fine. So that consists of your two frame rails. Oh, let me give you a light here. How's this? Shine a little light on the subject. You've got two frame rails. Well, two frame rails. Cross piece there for the shocks. Ties everything together. Should make it with the back panel that runs across there. The shock tower that goes in there, that should control my distances, no problem. I really just don't have a good starting point in the front because what's there now, the previous person welded steel plate right over top of the original frame, so I'm never going to get that original frame dimensions, because in getting this off, I don't think I'm ever going to see the original frame again. Subframe connectors that they put on there, they got to go because the new frame has to sit underneath them. If I can attach them again, I might just, I'm using them now as a good place to weld things too, but they might have to go. I'll have to come up with something better than that. But yeah, so I mean, other than where I've mounted where the front leaf springs mount, front of the leaf springs, I should say, mount. That's the only stationary point that I shouldn't be messing with. Hopefully, they're not rotten anyways, but who knows what I got to do to make this all work. But there are two threaded holes at the tail of both of the original, what's left of the original, what they did. I'm losing battery power. Well, anyways, guys, I can explain that another time. Basically, the pin has still got original threads in the frame. New frame has the same threads. all I have to do is come up with some kind of a jig to line up that. As long as I don't change the height of the car any, measure down, build some kind of a jig that I can put under here to hold everything in place before I weld it. So anyways, that's where I've left off this Sunday. I do have a couple days off this week, so I might get back out here. We do have Christmas stuff to take care of. But there you go, guys. There's your cuda project, project cuda 11. We're into week 11 on this project. See ya.